This book was first published in the year 1936, 11 years before India got independent, and today, 85 years down the line, we are still talking about this book. Needless to say, this book has stood the test of time. Here today in 2021, I am telling you, you can mark my words, even after 10, 20, or 30 years down the line, somebody will be recommending this book to the world simply because the content in this book is timeless, it's relevant and useful with every passing year. Now, what is it exactly about this book that makes it so special? Let's see this in this video. Keep watching. I hate to admit this thing on camera that there are not many books that I reread. Most of the books I read once and that's about it. I'm done with it. But obviously, exceptions are there. Some books are so fantastically written that simply reading them once is not enough. In that list of exceptional books, this is on the topmost. Now, what is it about this book that makes it so special that I am again and again talking about it with so much fascination? Now, the title of the book suggests How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, this book is a very simple to read, a beginner's friendly book. I remember I read this book around 5 or 6 years back in 2015 or 16, and back then as well I was thinking ki kash I have read this book 10 years ago. My life in high school and higher secondary or in college would have been much better. Anyways, better late than never. Today I want all my viewers that to tell you that if there is only one book that you are willing to read to equip yourself to deal with people in a better way, in an efficient way, then this, my friend, is the book you need to pick. Now, what is it about this book? This book is giving you a lot of tools and techniques to make you a better conversationalist, b to be able to be in a better position when you are dealing with people in the sense people you live with, associate with, work with, your neighbors, your colleagues, your family members, your relationships. Help gets better tremendously with implementing each and everything that is mentioned in this book. What is very interesting about this book is, for example, you have read one chapter per day. Chapters are very simple. It gives you implementable techniques that you can implement, and then you can actually do those things on the very same day. You don't have to wait for a perfect opportunity to strike. The book is divided into 4 parts. I will mention everything in the description box. You can check it out, and each part has like 5 or 7 chapters in them, and each chapter through each chapter the author is actually telling you to live by certain principles throughout the life. Okay, now let me tell you how to win friends and influence people. This is a book which you have to reread many times in life, and all the techniques mentioned in this book is to be applied genuinely for your sake and for the other person's sake. Now, it is not suggested that you apply certain things as to manipulate the situation to get benefit out of the other person, but rather to be in a situation which is win-win for both the people involved. Are you getting what I'm saying? For example, the very first chapter in the book is, if you want honey, don't kick the beehive. The crux of this chapter is that do not criticize, condemn, or argue with people. Obviously, the author doesn't mean to say that you have to tolerate everything. Like, for example, if some grave injustice or something really bad happens to you, that you must not criticize. Obviously, the chapter is not in that context. The context of this book, each and every situation is very contextual that could be implemented to people around you in your day-to-day situations. Obviously, somebody punching you on your face is not, a day-to-day situation. In that, obviously, you get mad and you will criticize and you will get into a fight, whatever, which is not recommended. But that is not what the point is. Here, all the situations, all the principles that the author advocates is for your day-to-day life. For example, second principle, which is one of my favorite principle, is if you want to be interesting, be interested. That is, the author very beautifully gives a lot of real life examples where he tells the reader to remember that the people you are talking to or dealing with are more interested in their wants and needs and problems compared to your wants and needs and problems. So, if you want to be a good conversationalist, you have to be a good listener. Third, a good principle that I can recollect right now is if you are wrong, be very quick to admit it, and admit it very gracefully and sympathetically, empathetically, because obviously there is no point in arguing and not admitting it, because the other person will be able to see right through you. So if you are very empathetic, it will bring you peace and a win-win situation to both the parties involved. In that way, there are 30 chapters in this book which gives you 30 principles to live by, to abide by throughout your life, to have healthy relationships with the people you are dealing with on day-to-day basis. I can promise you this book is going to be a life-changing book, though I'm not a big fan of one book changing your entire life, but this book comes very close to it. If you are an introvert or a nerd and don't know how to deal with people, or you get anxious when you are talking to other people, then this book is a lifesaver. I cannot recommend you enough. जितना भी मैं बोलूँ उतना कम है इस book के बारे में. So with that, I am signing off. I do hope that you go grab this book as soon as possible and start reading. With that, I am signing off. Hope you have a wonderful reading experience of this book. Till we meet next time, goodbye, take care.